Welcome. All right, so there's a couple ways we could work on this problem, and I'll kind of go through both of them. So you kind of have an idea of, when you're working on some different problems on your own, you kind of have an idea of, how to tackle them. So in this case, I have t equals negative 9 pi over 4, and what we want to do is evaluate the 6 trigonometric functions. So we have what all of our points are in the first quadrant, but when we're evaluating our 6 trigonometric functions, there's other points that we can still evaluate for. We just need to be able to see where exactly is that angle going to cross and create a point on the unit circle. So there's a couple ways we can determine negative 9 pi over 4. If you want to do the long way, we know that we always start here, which is our initial side, and we go clockwise is going to be in the negative direction. Well, halfway around a circle we know is pi. Since I have my denominator in as 4, I can rewrite that as 4 pi over 4. So therefore, over here would be 8 pi over 4. And then if I broke this up into quarters, this would be negative 9 pi over 4. So you can see I have my point right here, which is going to give me an angle of 9 pi over 4 in the negative direction. So we look at this and we say, all right, well, which angle then is pi over 4 reflecting of? And you can see that, well, if here is pi over 4 up, then here pi over 4 down, it's going to be a reflection of this point, square root of 2 over 2, comma, square root of 2 over 2. Now, what we need to do, though, is determine if this is in the first quadrant, we know they're both going to be negative. But in the fourth quadrant, which coordinate is going to be negative, the x coordinate or the y coordinate? And in this case, we're going to have the y coordinate is going to be negative. So that's one way we could do it, and that's kind of the longer way. Another way we could look at this, ladies and gentlemen, is by using coterminal and reference angles. And if I have negative 9 pi over 4, I understand that that's more than a revolution. So more than one circle around, one way around the circle. So what I can do for that is add 2 pi in terms of 4 to find my coterminal angle. So therefore, that's going to equal negative pi over 4. Well, first of all, that just gives you that coterminal angle, which again, you could say, oh, that's the point. And if you wanted to find the reference angle, for a reference angle in the fourth quadrant, well, anyways, you already have that reference angle. Never mind. We already found out that's going to be you'd have to go and find another coterminal angle. You'd have to now find the positive coterminal angle, which would be added again. Then you'd find the reference angle. Either way, your reference angle is going to be pi over 4, but it's now in the fourth quadrant, so you know the y coordinate would be negative. Sorry, I had a little slip of the tongue that I had there. So anyways, let's go with our point x comma y. I think either finding the smallest coterminal angle, so you can just see, oh, there's the point. You could also look at this in reference angle format, but I don't want to get too much into finding that. I think just by adding 8 pi over 4, we see that where we stand, and we can find our point. So sine represents the y coordinate, which is going to be negative 2 over 2. Cosine represents the x coordinate, which is square root of 2 over 2. Tangent represents y over x. That's negative square root of 2 over 2 divided by square root of 2 over 2. That just equals negative 1. The cosecant of t is going to be 1 over negative square root of 2 over 2. Again, we don't want to be dealing with our fractions here on the bottom, so I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So that's going to be 2 over negative square root of 2 times 2 over negative square root of 2. Well, that multiplies out to 1. Here, now I'm going to have, let's get a little bit more room here. This is now going to be negative 2 over negative square root of 2. Then I rationalize the denominator. My final answer is going to equal a negative 2 square root of 2 over 2. Well, which ones? Why am I making these both negative? That's just one negative. Then these cancel out, and we're just left with a negative 2. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the secant is now 1 over x. So now it's not negative, but it's just positive. And the important thing that I want you guys to understand is the mathematics is going to be exactly the same as for cosecant, except it's not going to be negative. So therefore, we can just say this value, that's negative square root of 2. Sorry, the 2's divide into 1, so it's negative square root of 2. So therefore, this answer is just going to be square root of 2. And the cotangent is going to be the exact same as the tangent, but now it's going to be positive square root of 2 over 2 divided by negative square root of 2. But that's still just going to leave us with a negative 1. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you evaluate the 6 trigonometric functions when given a point and by using some coterminal angles. Thanks.